So I guess we can start. Hello, everyone. My name is Johannes Beetz. I'm part of the industry team Industrial Equipment in ECAL, and my main topic is all around NC machining in DELMIA applications. And today I want to demonstrate you what we have shown at the EMO this year, the CAD-CAM PLM integration between SolidWorks and DELMIA machining. In short, how easy and fast you can come from a native 3D SolidWorks part to an entire NC program with DELMIA machining. I will start with a short introduction. What we will see today, the seamless integration from SolidWorks to DELMIA machining, how it is working. The next step is the end-to-end usage of the technology informations, for example, for automation. And at the end, the agile CAD-to-CAM change management. Which roles are used? You see here on the left side, the DELMIA fabrication portfolio. You could use the NC shop floor programmer up to the NC mill turn machine programmer. And for sure, for the automation part, the NC knowledge manager role. And at the end, the 3D experience SolidWorks connected. If you have questions, you can write it directly or interrupt me, write it directly in the as a message, or ask at the end. I guess we will have up to 5 to 10 minutes for questions. And with that, I will close my slides and will continue with my live demo. You will see here our native SolidWorks part. We have some different geometrical elements, then reference elements, and please remember at the end, we have some hole features. For example, here a thread hole, a tolerance hole H7, a smaller hole, tolerance hole H7 with the upper and lower tolerance range, and then 2 simple holes. We have saved it already. On the 3D experience platform, you see our status is okay. We have a revision, is in work. For sure, we could release it now, but in case of time, we don't do it today. How we could start now with machining. At first, we want to open this part on 3D experience. For that, we make it a little bit closer, drag and drop it, and now the part will be opened on the platform. Can leave the SolidWorks and we see we are on the platform and the product structure design. How we continue. In this case, we use a template. This template could be set up from an expert or set up for a specific product group. Okay. We have here on the left side a machining accessories like a chuck, and for sure some tools. On the lower tabs here, we have a tab for setup, for programming, to create machining operations up from 2.5 to 5-axis machining. But how we continue now? At first, we want to create or insert our SolidWorks part in this manufacturing cell in DELMIA machining. We are here already in the multi-axis machining application. For that, we choose it from another tab, say okay, and now you will see the entire part. What's really nice here, we can already use as well the reference elements from SolidWorks. For that, we choose it now for placing, okay? Go on our chuck, place it, go out, say okay. And our part is placed directly on the correct position. The second step is we now in this case we have an output part, but we need an input part. This is also possible here to create out of a SolidWorks geometry and rough stock. For that, we say rough stock, select our part body from SolidWorks, can change here the properties, make it a little bit greater. Say okay, and our input part for this machining process is created. Now we don't need the reference elements anymore. Can close it and start with programming. Here we go to the activity process view, open our part operation, and now we define our input and output stock part. Here at first the output stock, and here our rough stock. I've defined already a safety plane and a material. Now you see we have already a chuck open, a machine instruction inside, and a first machining operation, the roughing. With this template, it's directly linked to the part operation, and now we don't need to define anything more. We have a tool already inserted and can now say display tool path. Now we see this is the way how easy it is to come from a SolidWorks, a native SolidWorks part, to a first tool path in DELMIA machining. Say okay. And now we can continue with some finishing operations and so on. What could be a finishing operation? And this brings us to the second step of this demo. And that's the end-to-end technology informations. You remember maybe at the beginning I told you, or I mentioned that there are a thread hole, some tolerance holes, and so on. These informations we will get now in 3D Experience DELMIA machining as well. We have our part automatically selected, say with the automatic hole search, create our machinable actual features. And now we see we have all informations, or the most informations, from SolidWorks in DELMIA machining. Here at first our create a tolerance hole H7 with the upper and the lower tolerance range. We see here we have our thread informations, the thread diameter M6, the pitch, the mode, and the same for the small tolerance hole as well, and for sure the informations for these both simple holes. These informations we want to use now for automation. This could be done with the machining cell know-how, what is predefined. And here you see we have different features and are already programmed. And here, for example, our tolerance tool with the actual finishing, we could open it. That part is already created from in SolidWorks as well. We could have directly here the mid-tolerance range. And for sure, we could use here these informations from SolidWorks for tool queries. And the same here for the tapping as well. How we could apply them now. I have inserted in the UI this machining cell know-how. It's the whole template SolidWorks that you have seen before. We say open. And here you see all our features that are defined. And in the next step, we want to recognize them. You see here we have a small color coding. We have the tolerance tool with the greater diameter. We have the thread holes, and we have the two simple holes and the smaller one as well. Now we say apply, and all tool queries will be grab the resources from our database. Okay, and that's a next big benefit that you have if you use SolidWorks and 3D Experience DELMIA machining. You have your product, and your resources on one database. The next step is, you see here, our machining operation for the actual features are defined. And now we say compute toolpath. Here you see everything is computed. And this is a big advantage for you because our customers will have a high scalability. If these templates are defined once, they can apply it to all the different parts with the same features. Okay. The next step is what's now interesting. We want to see how it works, for example, for the tolerance ranges. We see here, open the Excel finishing, and see here we are directly in the mid-tolerance range of these holes. The same is possible, for example, here for the greater diameter tolerance tool with the 18 millimeters H7. And for sure, we have to, for example, for the tapping, see here, we have directly grabbed from the database the correct tool. This is the second step of these live demo. And the third step is now the engineering change. So where come from engineering, change management, where it comes from one side from the design part or from the design department, and on the other side from the shop floor. Today, we want to see how it works together with SolidWorks if we have a design change with a mostly computed entire machining program. And now for that, we want to go back to the SolidWorks, okay, make it greater, and want to change the part. For that, we look where we could change it. We say here in the sketch, and now we say here, open it and change it to 20 millimeters, okay? Say okay, go out of the sketch, open the part for saving, and now we see here our status has been changed, okay? We have a revision, and for that, the next step is we want to save this part as a new revision on the platform. Select it. Take the new revision, save it. Status is saved, and now we go back to the NC programming. For that, we change the application, go to the product structure design. And the next step is we want to see what has been changed in our manufacturing cell, because it's possible as well that, for example, the machine or the machine accessories or some tools could be changed as well, and we can replace it in the existing manufacturing cell as well. For that, we open the BI Essentials, choose the major revision status, and here we get a color coding and the information here, our part has been changed. We select this, then we can get some more informations. And now we know we need to replace it. How we do it? We go here, say replace by latest revision in this case. And the part is replaced with the new revision. Now it's interesting. We go back to the multi-axis machining application. And at the first step, we checked what has been changed. For that, we measure it and see we have now our 40 millimeters diameter or 20 meter radius. Okay, close it. And the next step is to recompute the program. For that, you will see here, we see the part has been updated. If we open the part operation as well, you will see it here. It's defined completed, but we need to recompute it. In this case, we only know that we need to recompute the roughing operation, and now we simulate it. Make it a little bit faster. Close the, and this is the way how it works, how agile it is to work with SolidWorks and 3D Experience DELMIA machining together. This was the live demo part of this presentation. Now I will go back to the end with the key takeaways. What have we seen before? At first, the seamless integration from SolidWorks to DELMIA machining, how fast and easy it is to come to an NC machining process from a native SolidWorks part. You see, you could use the entire DELMIA machining functionality, and at the end, thanks to 3D Experience, you have a product management, you have a resource management on one platform. The second step is the end-to-end usage of the technological informations. You have a continuous data usage, for example, for automation, and with that, you have less programming effort and a high scalability of these with these machining cell know-how. And at the end, you have the agile CAD-to-CAM management. You see, we have an increased data consistency from CAD-to-CAM with SolidWorks as well. We could rapidly updating our machining processes. We don't need to replace the part, set up the machining process from new. You can use all existing links in case you have your part changed, and in some cases from the design part department. And at the end, what is really important, but I doesn't show it at the beginning, at the end, we have a full traceability of the product lifecycle. That means if we now create a new revision of the manufacturing cell as well, we can come back to an older status, for example, if the change is not necessary anymore. With this slide, I will come to the end of this presentation. Thank you. Bye.